Is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters, Didit here with another Advance Wars by Web replay analysis. Today we're going to be switching it up a bit and examining one of my own games where I played bad. Now, this is going to be more of an analytical video, and I think it's very important to be critical of yourself and to understand what you did wrong in order to get better. I think that's one of the most underrated things about Advance Wars and improving in anything in life, really. Be honest with yourself, what you did wrong, what you can do better. So we're going to break down a game that I've just played pretty badly in, to be perfectly honest. It was a lively game, a game in Fog, ranked, by the way, on the map Sticks and Stones. Clever, cute name. But it's an interesting map. It's a pretty higher income, 22k per side map with 2 airports, 3 bases with a lot of force to reinforce into the middle, and a bunch of mountain ranges and semi-exposed HQs. So I want you guys to pause since this is an analytic video, and I chose Sammy. Can you give me at least 2 reasons why Sammy would be good on this map and 2 reasons why Sammy would be bad on this map? You can pause if you want to. Anyway, the reasons I chose Sammy. Also, I want to put in the context. When you're playing Live League, you look at the map, you have 2 minutes to decide your CO and your color. So it's not like you have plenty of time, like, this capture route looks good. You have 2 minutes. So we both had to pick our COs quickly. Neither of us has played on this map before. It's a brand new map. So the reason I chose Sammy is because this mountain reinforced with mechs. I saw this and I was like, mech's good. Mech's very good. So this is one reason why. The number 2 reason why I chose Sammy is because I saw all of these forests and I thought, what's one way you can skip all those forests? T-copters. I can ferry my mechs over all these forests super easy and put my mechs in the middle, and it's better. It'll be in the middle faster than a tank. Imagine getting a mech getting to the middle faster than a tank. That was the appeal I saw in Sammy. Mechs crossing the mountains. Look at that beautiful reinforce right there, and also the T-copters. So what does not work in Sammy's fair? Oh, and also the HQs are they're in front of all the bases. I mean, if there was like shoals here, Sammy would have been an even better pick because the HQs are more contested, but they're somewhat vulnerable. That's like a more minor thing, but mostly the mech usage. But the bad things, well, there's 2 airports. Sammy's copters suck. So you're going to be pumping out a lot of air units, and Sammy's copters have 90% firepower, which isn't great. Number 2, it's a higher income map. The higher the income is, the worse Sammy gets because mechs aren't going to be as cost effective against neo tanks, medium tanks. If this is 17k per side, I think Sammy's a lot better, but this is 22k per side. Opponents are going to be affording battlecopters every turn, tanks, medium tanks, neo tanks, bombers, a lot more possibilities for tech ups, and Sammy kind of struggles against teched up units. Even getting an artillery, imagine Jess builds a neo tank. What do I do against that? Mechs aren't going to cut it. Artillery are hard to reinforce in the middle. It was like 1 forest here, 1 forest here. Artillery are pretty dubious as well. What do? Build like 5 B-copters? Build like a bomber? Like, my counterplay for teched up units is very difficult versus the likes of Jess and Adder and whatnot. So, in retrospect, I think I messed up in my pick, is what I'm trying to say, basically. I don't think Sammy is the best pick here. I think Jess, my opponent, chose a pretty good pick here. I think vehicles are good here, but I think the ultimate best is Adder because of the multiple airports. Battlecopters are nuts on this map. Adder's the one CO in Tier 4 where you can actually boost your copters using a CO or Super CO power. So, battlecopters are king here. Mechs, even Adder mechs can move extra, just like Sammy mechs. So mechs are pretty good here too as well, but you don't want to be so, locked in that you choose Sammy just for the mechs though, when Adder can also ferry mechs using a T-copter. I think Adder is the pick on this map, similar to the map Bohemian Skies, where you have 2 airports. Whenever there's 2 airports, I automatically think of Adder in Tier 4 just because of the copter prevalence. So Jess is a good pick here too. The vehicle isn't teching up since it's a higher income map. Jess gets better the higher the income typically when it comes to Fog and the standard play. That's why Jess is a little bit more better in high funds and worse in lower funds map where Adders, mechs can shine, Sammy, etc. So I think Adder's the pick here, but Jess is probably the second best pick, followed by maybe Jake or Sammy. You're probably tied here. Artillery kind of suck, but Jake's battlecopters are better, so maybe I'd even pick Jake before Sammy. So I picked a bad CO. So that was starting off, 0 for 1, picking a not great CO. But my play was also not that great either. So I played chuludubienbugu at gmail.com. I think it's kind of funny when people enter like a Gmail address into advancedwarsbyweb.com. There's the amazing bungus at gmail.com that cracks me up every time. And then we got Chuludo. He's actually a really good player. He's in top 10 of Live League Fog. I didn't know it at the time. I thought he was some noob. I didn't know his ranking till like the first few turns in the game. And I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention. The black boats. I'm only showing from my point of view in this batch, by the way. I'm not going to show both sides. I want you guys to see what I saw. Take the same information that I saw and use it better than I did during the game. Like I said, I was rushed. I'm not trying to be too hard on myself. It was a lively game. I can't be a genius. I'm not a tactical genius anyway. I'm far from it. But it was a lively game. Keep that in mind. And you have these two black boats that give vision of the airports. The airports are going to have vision. Typically, you're not going to use a bomber or an artillery to shoot these down. So the black boats will survive the duration of the match in most instances, I would assume. Unless there's some really big lull in the fighting and you choose to use an errant bomber or something. But anyway, my opponent was a skilled player, and without further ado, let's begin. So I'm actually on the right, playing as Sammy, as I mentioned before. My opponent, I don't want to see those cursors. Well, we'll see the cursors, I guess. But first things first, you want to get the base. I go for the airport. As you can see right here, there's a black boat. So he knows immediately if I build a T-copter, if I build a B-copter, my opponent will know about it, which kind of sucks for Sammy too, because if you build a B-copter, a T-copter, which is a non-combat unit, he's going to know about it and be like, oh, I should punish with a recon or with a tank on that side instead. You know what I mean? Typically, when you build APCs and T-copters, you don't want your opponent to know about it, so you can be as greedy as possible. So my opponent follows a similar path. We got our contested properties. Things are going great so far. No complaints. I think I'm playing fine. You know, no issues. Also, I was a little undecided because I was like, what is the strong side and what is the weak side? Originally, I thought this was my strong side, very slightly, but actually it is the top one, because look at this reinforce. 2 turns, a tank gets in here, kind of wraps around this way, you can go here, but this middle base can really only go to the top. I mean, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, that's alright, you can get there. But it's a lot easier for both of these bases to go to the top than the bottom. Like I said, I was rushed, I had limited time. I assumed this was my strong side, because, the B-copters can reinforce. I don't know what I was thinking. I think maybe I just thought this was the strongest base, but this is my weak side, and I thought it was my strong side. That was mistake number 2. So we'll see soon enough. And then I built a T-copter over there because I'm like, it's my strong side. I want to take these 2 properties. They're mine. Plot twist, these are his, these are mine. So, not a great start. My map analysis when it rushed with 2 minutes on the clock, not great apparently. Yeah, I was a little rusty too, so whatever, you can't be too hard on yourself. You know, you learn from your mistakes. Anyway, opponent takes his turn. I use my little boosty here, it's cute. Now I can get that in 1 turn, and then I can also use this as well, right here. So I make a mistake right here. And what do you guys think the mistake is here? I build my T-copter, last turn, it's day 5. What do you think I did wrong here? I think the booster's cute. What I did wrong here is I should have built a mech right here. I have enough money too. This is a recon sort of map. Look at all these roads here. Once they get out of all the forests, the recons are going to dominate in the middle. Recons are going to beat up my mechs. Sure, because vehicles are longer reinforced than the mechs. Mechs have pretty terrible defense, let's be honest here. So, recons fighting first into mechs. They have 8 move, mechs have 2 move. They have 5 vision, mechs have 2 vision. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for a mech to hold their own unless they're on a mountain or on a city. So, recons are really good on this map, and I should have been more defensive. If I were Jess, I would go for a day 3 recon and a day 4 recon to back up, because Sammy, I always build 2 recons for Sammy. One's not enough. I like to double pressure, because then you can kill off the infantry. Rather than just maim them and they still capture, because Sammy's capture bonuses, you can actually finish off infantry and kill them off, because you really want to get ahead on unit count versus Sammy, because even a 1 HP infantry can capture a property during their superpower. So killing as many infantry as possible versus Sammy is crucial. So I should have built a mech here. I could have built a mech here, but I didn't because I was greedy. And like I said, I thought this is my strong side. I'm gonna go get the middle over here. I thought I honestly was gonna get this easy. I was like, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna deny this, because I had no idea what I was doing. I just completely misread the map. So, skip his turn. Actually, I'm just gonna use the side arrow. So I'm like, and then that first hint right here, because I was gonna drop it right here. Let's be honest, I was gonna drop my infantry here, so I'm like, neither or of these. But then I see this, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I would do too. Honestly, I should have seen this coming. So I'm like, oh, well, I can't build a mech now because my T-copter's out of position. Guess I gotta build a tank. So I built a tank, which is fine, but look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is as far as it can move in 1 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can defend this property, cannot defend this property in 2 turns. It takes 3 turns to defend this. So these guys are gonna have to hold their own for a bit. So already looking a little suspect. So I'm capturing this anyway. He only has 1 recon, so we can He's going to get a free hit here, but he can't stop that cap. He can attack me, but I'm still going to get through because it's Sammy infantry capturing. And I was already like, oh, man, I effed this up. So I built my first mech over here. Maybe I should have even built it over here. I'm anticipating using this T-Copter, go for the middle property over here since it's the worst base right there in terms of reinforced distance. I'm opting to use that as my mech base, so I think that's okay, but he attacks into my infantry here. Ouchie, but cap is still going through. Oop. Man, I don't like seeing... Hang on a second. Okay. Anyway, so I go over here and I see his infantry there. I'm like, wow, he got there quicker than me. Dang, and he's just like, this is not a good look for me. I'm already feeling the heat. I'm like, did I F up by choosing Sammy? It's already day 7. I'm like, not feeling great. So I'm like, okay. T-Copter goes in to capture the mech, to ferry the mech. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this property in the middle. Which I still think, even with that recon on my face, I'm like, this is my strong side. Yeah, it's not. I am doubling down in my convictions. Sometimes when I'm wrong, and a lot of people do this, they get more stubborn. I don't do this normally, but in Advanced Wars I do, which is kind of stupid and embarrassing, but that's how it is. Anyway, he has another recon. Like I said, 2 recons for Sammy is the way to go. And smartly, he kills off my units. I think that was a roll, but it doesn't matter anyway. But he kills off my units rather than going for a cap or something. He could have probably moved something around. Finish off the units. It is more important to kill my units than to capture. Same thing here. He could capture here with my infantry, or with his infantry, and capture that. Instead, he kills off my unit. He's got 2 kills. I have 0 kills. Both infantry on the front lines. Not a great move. Not a great look for me so far. And, yeah. Rough turn for me. So I'm like, okay, that's dead. Let's, get in the comm tower. Whew, there's no recon there. And that goes in here. Where do I put it? Okay, the recon's there. Let's see if I can snag this property over here. Tank scares him. I have to show my tank. I wanted to hide it, but I couldn't hide it because his vision is so damn good. I'm like, T-Copter over here, maybe? But this is also sloppy, too, and I'm really glad he didn't punish me here. I attack him, but the recon getting a first strike over here, my tank is not in position to hit. And you can see that as well. So, honestly, if he played a little bit better here, like this, I said, this was live. He can get a first strike, knock my mech down to like 3. I'm gonna knock it down to like, I don't know, 7 or 8. And and then I have nothing to defend. Nothing. These guys are sitting ducks, cluckety cluck, like they're gonna die. So already looking very bad for me. Luckily, he does not punish me. Spoiler alert. Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned that before. Now he's killing my infantry, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'll get a tank kill. It's not a big deal. But then he keeps coming. There's a tank there. I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. More infantry coming. Starting to cap over there. I'm like, Other recon switches over here. Doesn't kill my mech. Instead, kills over here. I have no vision. I can't even attack any of these units. That's another thing about killing my units. Not just for the victory march, but I have no vision. There's no mountains in the middle. The mountains are all on the side over here. I need recons. I don't have any recons. Sammy's recons suck. I have no recons. I have no vision. This is going to be a theme of the match as well. My vision is bad. Sammy usually is not the best for vision. Let's put it that way. I don't know about this attack. This is a little wonky to me. He probably should attack Silo to here, but okay, whatever. He got a little greedy. He's winning hard over here. Gets a little greedy there. So I kill off his infantry. I'm like, yeah, I gotta at least capture these because he's got those super easy. I cannot interrupt that. Bring my tank over here. I get vision, and I smack his tank. The thing is, this is my compensation. I lose 2 infantry over here. And this is, wait, maybe, did I lose 2 or 3? 4 infantry. I've lost 4 infantry. And I get a smack on a tank. This is so much better for him. Why? I didn't kill this, which means he goes back and heals with the extra income that he has than me. He has more income than me. So he can just take that and heal up the tank, and unit count is way more important when you're ahead on income, because you can just heal everything back up. Honestly, I rather probably would have killed one of the recons in the tank, and I'm scared of another tank coming in and smacking me. Luckily, this is a 2-turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's not a 2-turn reinforce. I think it is for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already a bad spot to be in. So it's a 2-turn reinforce for him. It's a 3-turn reinforce for me. Luckily, it is road attacking into forest, so I do have the terrain advantage, but this is looking dicey as hell. I use my T-Copter for another boosty. I'm like, all right, bring my mech over here. I have no infantry, though. So even if I win, what is my compensation? How am I even going to capture anything? So at least I try to sneak this bad boy over here. Move my mech forward. I'm like, you can have that, I guess. Build another mech. Build my first B-Copter, but he knows about it because of the Blackbolt. So he's obviously going to have his own anti-air. He's going to have his own Battlecopter. Things are looking really bad for me. Like, I already was considered resigning because he already has 1-2 income advantage over me here. He's going to have one of these. I'm lacking that. He's going to have, like, at minimum 3k income advantage versus me. Not looking good. Not looking good. 3k income advantage and unit count advantage. He's going to have, like, what, 4 more kills than me? Not looking good. Kills off my units here. Smart move. Probably Recon wants to attack that mech next. He sees this one, but, like, hey, might as well kill units. Retreat over here because I have 2 tanks and probably attack. Well, actually, yeah, he'd have to attack from the road because this tank would chase otherwise. Yeah, I don't like that move because my tank can actually reach over there and finish him off. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But since he attacks over here, now I kind of have to use this tank to attack over here as well. And let's go back to the first day when I could have built a mech. Imagine I have a mech here. There's a Battlecopter here. This infantry is not there. I have a mech here. He can't attack either of these. Imagine a mech right there. That just shuts down the entire attack. Like, it was so feasible to do. This Recon got so much value. Killed a few units. And, yeah, so he just murders my units. Finishes off that tank, easy peasy. Builds a Battlecopter to fight my Battlecopters. Not build an anti-air, apparently. And it's my turn. Things are looking grim. I get that property at least. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Kill off that infantry. Kill off that Recon. I could have attacked here, but now I need it to attack his tank. And I'm going to somehow position my mech to punish whatever attacks my tank. So it's a good strike right there. A mech right there. So this is a pretty good defensive posture for me. It looks pretty good, actually, if I'm being perfectly honest. But even if I push him back, what can I realistically take from him, though? Like I said, that is his strong side. I built my first artillery. I'm not planning to kill the Blackbolt. I wanted to put it in this forest. I wanted long-term artillery in this forest so I can take this city and really get control of the center. But he punishes my overextension over here. Well, it's an overextension because he just has unit numbers. Kills off my units. I have no vision again. He's capping that property. God knows if he's capping this or that. I have no vision. Like I said, it's a theme. I have 0 vision. He can take both of these back and heal them up. He has income advantage. He has unit count advantage. What even is this? It's 2-9. I've killed a Recon and infantry. He's killed 7 infantry and a tank and a mech. Like, he is running away with the game. It is already turn 10. I remember specifically thinking about resigning this turn. It was going so bad, but I was just, like, hoping he'd blow it. I'm like, I don't even know, like, it's seal power, his tank, like, it's probably not worth it. And then I have to capture this with a mech. I'd much rather capture with an infantry because the mech can attack. Just looking a little sloppy right here. But I have 3 mechs in a row, which is, like, you know, pretty scary. And tanks. Like, I'm pretty strong over here. Like I said, this is my weak side, but I am making it my strong side. I'm just fighting in and fighting on. Like, whatever, man. I attack this infantry, I attack infantry. I'm like, these are all going to die, but I want to delay him taking my property here. I want to delay him taking my property here. And this is my first vehicle over here. It's day 11. I finally have a tank over here. Copter comes in. I was like, okay, Copter. At least I can kill that. Nice roll, too. So I was like, okay. Gets a low roll here. I'm like, all right, these 2 are going to die. Looking pretty good for me. Takes a few more moves. Brings his 2 HP tank in out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit, he's actually going to break through. But doesn't attack me here because it's such a bad roll for him. I guess it's just as a blocker. But this is a little bit of a questionable attack. I have 2 strong mechs right here. Murders all my units here. Like, this is just... Well, this is weird. I don't know about the 5 attacking into an 8, but... He really wants to finish off my units, but that's not the way to do it. I would take these back and heal them up. This one heals here. This one heals here. This one heals wherever. So that was a little dubious. But we're getting closer to a superpower. And look, the HQ's over here. So if I have an infantry here or here, that's a victory march away from winning. So I kept that in mind. I'm like, infantry here or here. Then I can sneak it. Let's try that. Maybe I can sneak by HQ cap because I'm getting boned so hard. So I see this tank. I'm like, oh, I can actually kill it. Yeah, woo. And then I bring my tank in. Oh, we're doing good. Fall right into his trap. I was like, God dang it. I thought I finally was making some progress. So I attack the Copter here. I'm like, oh, now I'm just going to die in artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 turns from this base. Anti-air is going to kill me. I'm already resigned to losing. I'm like, F this stupid game. I'm playing like shit. I chose a shitty CO. I'm like cursing to myself, basically. I'm like, I can't even capture that now. Like, I just need to sneak an HQ cap. That's like my only hope, is what I was thinking, basically, at this point. And honestly, it's not too far from the truth. He actually sacked some units in order to use his superpower. I was like, why is he not able to kill my copter? I was assuming like immediately he killed my copter, but apparently he blundered a bit and did not build an anti-air. So I was like, oh, I have a small chance. That chance I was talking about? Yeah. How do I kill this? I have a mech, some copters, artillery's way out of position. How am I going to kill a medium tank? He one-shots me, of course. And I just can smell that an anti-air is coming here. I'm just worried to death. Will it come? Anti-airs don't kill either one of my copters. I was like, wow. I could have just... If he killed this copter, I would have resigned. Literally, no questions asked. I would have resigned right here if he had killed this copter on this turn. There is no hope. I am down so much units. Income's looking bad. It's looking awful. But since I'm alive, I'm like, let's get the superpower. F it. Like, I can't quite reach the HQ, but maybe I can get up to the comm tower. I see it's open. I'm like, F it. We're going full send. Boonga bonga boongala. Victory march. I'm like, please. If I have any chance to win, it's now. Capture the comm tower. He's like, yes, I have a chance. One shot that unit. One shot that unit. We need income. We need income. Boom. That's a nice hit. Capture that property. Honestly, I really wish I kind of like killed off these. I wanted to get one of these, but I didn't. Probably should have done that instead. And this mech, like, I don't know if it was worth 3 HP on a medium tank. I do have a artillery to scare it off. But anyway, getting that sweet, sweet income though. And I just gamble here. He doesn't have anything there. I'm like, yes. So now I'm up 3k. I'm doing terribly everywhere else, but I'm up 3k. I'm like, yes, thank you, Lord. I have a chance. I can't kill anything off over here, unfortunately. But I'm actually back in the game. I'm like, oh my god. I can't see it. I wish I could hide this from you guys. I don't know if I can, but I have no idea. All I know, my KD is like, I have 4 kills and like 12 deaths. I don't know how much income he has, other than I'm ahead right now with comm towers. I don't know how many units he has. Honestly, I thought he had like 30 units at this point. I guess he forgot to build some. Or he's going to murder some this turn anyway. So, kills off. He gets a lucky roll right here, because his infantry are bad. Also, I get super lucky over here. Look at this. Well, he's doing that first. Murders one of my copters. That sucks. It takes 2 infantry to kill it. So I'm like, I will have the comm tower for 2 more turns. Let's go. So I'm like, okay, Deej, we're still in it. It's looking really bad, but we're still in it. Our unit count is so bad, but we have 2 comm towers and we have 3k advantage. Let's go. Copter attacks in. I have more firepower. Let's do it. F it. We're going in. T-copter's on low fuel. That's a good sign. Still feeling pretty bad, though. I can kill off this anti-air, which is nice, with my mech, and then I can kill off this medium tank over here with my artillery. Actually, I don't, though. Oh, okay, cool. I'm choosing to really lock down these properties. Those are my next target. I'm like, this is my strong side now, regardless of what the map wants me to do. Yeah, I just need to hunker down here and get these 2 properties, and then maybe I stand a chance. Maybe I can even sneak this property. But Choludo has other plans. He's like, what the hell are you doing, boy? Boonk. No chance. Copter comes in, bang. Captures the comm tower as expected. Things aren't looking too terrible, though. Things could be a lot worse for me, to be honest. He could have killed my copter the other turn over there. He did not. Could have killed my copter down here. He did not. So his anti-air buys kind of kept me in the game. Like I said, I would have resigned in an instant if he had killed either one of those copters with an anti-air. So my copters come in. I still have 1 more turn of double comm towers. I try to use it as much as I can. Except for this freaking Best Buy, not gift card, just suicidal unit over there. Trying to get my infantry over here. I'm like, HQ cap, maybe. I need to be 1 space further, though, in order to be a threat. But I'm trying my best. Hold the 3k. I'm like, maybe I can stop him there, and maybe I can capture that, and then I can hold and try to win via income, because my unit count's garbage. So I kill off this unit over here. I'm like, I don't think there's an anti-air in range. Plot twist. There was. That hurts. Immediately, lose 9k. Stupid decision again by me. Copter comes in, bang. I can kill it off, though. It's not a big deal. He decides to go all out Boonga at the top, though. Boonga. Bang. Bong. Weakens my mech over here. He still has an artillery, I believe, over here, so it's lurking in the fog. My vision, I'll say it 20 times. My vision is ass cheeks. He can see really well. I can't see jack shit. I can't even see what's on these properties that I want to take. And Choludo is heading straight for another superpower. But I kill off a mech. Infantry comes in. Now I'm... Ooh. Okay, if I get a victory march next turn, I can win. And I build a bomber because I'm like, I remember that Agugla game where he used a bomber against a chest. And I remember that game in the freaking Smacky Cup where I lost because an HQ cap and a bomber killed a blackboat. There's no blackboat, so maybe if there's like a tank or a medium tank on top, like this plus a copter can kill, then I can take the HQ. I was just like, I'm desperate. The thing is, he's freaking has a black boat here, so he knows there is no surprise. So he sees the bomber, he's probably like, oh, I'm going to put a bunch of units here to defend against that. So bombers are best when they're hidden in a big surprise, and there is no surprise. Maybe if we built a Neo tank, it'd be a bigger surprise. Like the medium tank caught me off guard because like, it had no intel on it, but yeah, so I have vision over here. I'm like, let's kill units. I need like this property. That'd be really great. He's just clobbering me over here now. I'm losing my income advantage. He gets a little too feisty over here, let's be honest here. Kills off another copter. Ooh, you hate to see it. There's a mech here for revenge, but he's not going to allow that mech to attack. He does come a little too far because I have an anti-air here, I have an anti-air here, so I'm like, ooh, double copter kill. So there's a chance, and look, my infantry right there. If I get a victory march and there's nothing on there, looking good for me. Do I have enough charge though? Mech comes in. Copter comes in. I don't have enough charge. Plot twist. So I kill off a couple of these units, but I'm still missing like 30,000 in charge, which is not... I can't even sack units in order to get something. But I'm like, okay, next turn I'll sneak in there. Yeah, this is my last hope, baby. I'm like, okay, we're doing some good. We're ahead on units, value, and captures for now. But then Choludo turns on the heat next turn. And I'm like, okay, let's just throw everything here. Everything here. This is an all-in at this point. I'm going to lose everything. It's all in. I need to, like, this bomber, unfortunately, if this was 2 spaces further, I could, like, or even 1 space further, I could attack what's ever on the HQ, but this bomber can't even reach that. But Choludo, he murders me. Uses overdrive. And I have a pretty decent advantage. Like, I'm only behind 1 unit. I'm ahead on unit count, or on income. I'm ahead on everything and pretty much tied on unit count. However, that changes. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Murders me there. Oh, I can sneak that infantry. Medium tank. Oh, okay. Recon murders my mech over there. Yeah, about that unit count. Boom. That's going to be a near one shot. Oh, that's 6 HP. So I thought that was 9. One thing to note, Choludo. One thing I haven't been doing great, or he hasn't been doing great on, is time. He is rushing his turns. I have plenty of time. I have 11 minutes. He has 2 minutes. He's on increments. He actually ends the turn with no time. So the turn ended early for him. I'm like, well, this is garbage. I'm behind on everything now. Yippity-doo-dah. I'm about to lose that too. I literally have nothing for me. However, there is one last hope. This infantry, like I said, one of these 2 spaces, I can reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could still get a victory march. Victory. But if there's a unit on there, I'd lose. This bomber doesn't reach. This tank doesn't reach. Miss Mech 1, 2, 3, 4. The tank, nothing reaches. If there is a unit on the HQ, I lose. But I'm like, F it. F this game. I was cursing this whole, I'm like, freaking Choludo, he's a good player. But like, oh, I'm so pissed. Why did I choose stupid Sammy? Like, she sucks. Like, it's too high income. I'm like, I'm just, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm like, F it, let's go for the HQ. There's a medium tank there, congrats. Nothing on the HQ though. I'm like, am I actually gonna win this shit? I do not deserve to win this. My mech comes in, boom. Mech comes in, boom. I don't even need to use my bomber. And I sneak out. Honestly, I almost messed this up and had my infantry go in the shoal. Imagine if there was something in the shoal. Anyway, I win. I should not have won this game. I played like absolute freaking garbage. I chose the wrong CO. I chose the wrong strong side, weak side. My unit composition was ass cheeks. I didn't have mechs to defend my infantry. I just lost so many free units. So many things went wrong. But sometimes you get lucky. And look at this. Let's reveal his units. He was low on time. If he moved this infantry there, the game is over. But he moved it early. There. If the infantry was on the HQ, he would have won. Can this reach the HQ? If this anti-air was on the HQ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he's using overdrive. Anti-air in the HQ, he would have won. This tank can't reach, but either of those on the HQ, if a 1-something HP, this artillery. No, this artillery couldn't make it. What I'm saying is, I should not have won. My opponent ran out of time. So that was one thing I did good, was time management. That's the one thing I think I did good in this match. Everything else was ass cheeks. Yeah, so I played badly and I somehow won. I should not have won. I still, when this game ended, it didn't feel like a win. It's like when you have potato chips for dinner. Yeah, that's a meal, but you don't feel good afterward. It's not the satisfaction that you want. You don't want freaking potato chips for dinner. You want like a hearty meal, you know what I mean? And this felt like empty calories. This felt like an empty game. Yeah, I won and I had the internet points or whatever, but I don't know. But I hope what you guys need to learn is, and honestly, I can't be too hard on myself. I had 2 minutes to look at the map, so the strong side, weak side, I can't blame myself. But what I can blame myself for is the mech oversight here. Should have built a mech there. Recons, I should have had better vision. My vision was so bad and that contributed to me like blindly. Like if I had vision here, I would know about this artillery and I wouldn't even attack into it. Maybe I attack the mech, but this holds back behind and next turn I can strike it with my tank because he has no units to defend. But I don't have a recon. I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know what units anywhere. I didn't even know anything was on the HQ. I just got there by certain luck. I had to use a freaking T-copter in order to get vision. T-copter and mech, because I had no recon to even go over there. So, a lot of things went wrong. And props to Choludo for playing pretty good too. Like I said, he was a top 10 Fly Fog player, so he's not like some big old noob or anything. He knew what he was doing for the most part. He just had a few mistakes. Could have put any unit there and just won easily, but he was low on time and pressure got to him. But like I said, not happy with my performance. With Sammy, you need mech backup to defend your units. And it just wasn't a Sammy map. Like, T-Coppers get to the front, sure, but like, when push comes to shove and it's 23k per side, 22k per side per se, teched up units, they're tough, man. That medium tank, he could have built a Neo tank or something else at other points in the game. He did not. He only teched up like once, it seemed. And healed this up, but if he teched up another time, like, how do I kill that? Just don't fight into this, and how do I kill it? The bomber, if he builds another medium tank, I sack a whole 22k bomber for 16k medium tank? Like, medium tanks are overpowered. Honestly, medium tanks are better on this map than Neo tanks because bombers can't justify their killing of it, because if they die to an anti-air. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting game, and like goofy little ending there, but hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.